Hey guys, this is my 10x GrowthCon 3 review. It was hosted in 2018, Marlins Park Stadium, down in Miami, Florida. And this is just my 2 cents about how the event impacted me and what my thoughts are about it. So there's a few things. So this is my first event that I've ever been to for entrepreneurs, managers, any type of growth conference, anything about investing in yourself. This is probably the first time I've ever done anything like this or have gone to an event that was geared towards bettering myself, right? So we went down, me and my girlfriend went down a few weeks ago, maybe a little bit over a month ago. And these are my notes, right? So I've seen a couple of good things online. I've seen a couple of bad things online. Um, a couple of the speakers, I was really surprised uh, that I was able to relate to so much. Okay, so the first one was Bethenney Frankel. Bethenney Frankel, and I'll read you guys the just the bio in case you don't know her. Bethenney Frankel is a top lifestyle branding expert who has created one of the fastest growing lifestyle brands in the world. The $100 million plus Skinny Girl Empire, she was named one of the top 100 most powerful celebrities by Forbes magazine, in addition to authoring 5 New York Times selling books and appearing in numerous TV series, including Shark Tank, Real Housewives of New York City, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Million Dollar Listing, New York, and Bar Rescue. Bethenney teaches others how to brand themselves and their businesses. So she's responsible for Skinny Girl Empire, Skinny Girl Margarita. Um, One of the things that I really took away from what she said, and I was able to relate to her, and I'm really surprised that she was the one I was able to identify with the most. Um, she said, I'm a person that likes to do one thing really well and continue. That was a really important thing for me. That's how I operate. I like to focus on one thing and follow it through. Of course, when you're a manager and you're having to deal with things that are coming at you all throughout the day, you are working on more than one thing at a time. But as far as goals are concerned, you should be focused with only a handful of goals for your day or your week or your month. So that's one thing I was really focused on. You know, in my job, there's one big thing I'm focused on, and everything I do kind of builds up to that. So I kind of really related with her in that aspect. The other thing was, she said, I don't know anything about contracts. I'm not good at contracts, but I know concepts, right? So whenever you're reading through contracts, if you don't understand something, understand that there are billionaires that don't understand things. Ask someone to explain it to you. So I feel in management, this is entirely relatable. I don't always have all the answers for things, especially if you're a manager or if you're a new manager. Maybe you're new to management. If you're coming into this, you don't always know everything. A lot of times you need to ask people, especially if you're new to a job, new to a role. You have to ask people. You don't always have 100% of the answers, and you don't always have to act like you do have 100% of the answers. So I thought that was extremely great. I think about that probably once a week. I don't understand certain things, but I understand concepts, and I know how to, one, reach out to people that do know the answers to my questions. I know how to get these people into a room so that they can work on my problems so we can solve our problems in my line of business. So the other thing is, when you're going through little things, sometimes the biggest problems have a simple answer. Never assume that anyone is smarter than you. Know what you know and know what you don't know. When you don't know, you need to ask somebody. It's simple. No matter what level of manager you are, whether you're coming into management, whether you are mid-level management, whether you're C-suite executive management, um, you have to be comfortable and confident with what you know. And if you don't know something, it's okay, but know what you don't know. Don't try to BS your way through it. Just know that when you come across something that you don't know, you're going to have to ask how to find it. So you're going to have to find those answers, and that's how good people become great at what they do. Um, Jesse Itzler, I don't know a lot about him. I did see him on the Joe Rogan podcast, so I thought that was really good. I'll read his bio. Jesse is a master entrepreneur that co-founded Marquis Jet, the world's largest private jet card company, which he and his partner sold to Berkshire Hathaway NetJets. Jesse then partnered with Zico Coconut Water, which him and his partner sold to the Coca-Cola company. He also owns the Atlantic Hawks. I didn't know anything about him until I saw this. The one thing I could take away from him, he has a book that was um, 30 days, I think 30 days with a Navy SEAL, where he had a Navy SEAL or ex-Navy SEAL or Marine come and live with him for 30 days. I can't really relate to him on that part. That's not something I would personally like to do. But he does talk about having a life resume and inputting certain things into your life so at the end, it's not just about business, but you can look back and kind of focus on these are the things I've accomplished in my life, both recreational hobbies. So I thought that was very interesting. So if you're kind of interested in those things and building a work-life resume, definitely suggest that you check out Jesse Itzler. Um, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey was probably the best inspirational speaker by far the best. I've seen Steve Harvey on television shows. I've seen him, I've seen him around, right? Growing up, you just always saw Steve Harvey on some channel. Um, this man has lived at every economic level. I mean, this guy's been homeless. This guy's been divorced 3 times. He's had no money, had money, and went back and forth between it. Um, there's a lot of things I didn't know about him that I figured out or that I heard here at this conference. Um, Number one personality in the world, celebrity, comedian, actor, television host, best-selling author. He was on the 2018 Forbes top 10 list of highest paid TV hosts with over 44 million in earnings and a net worth of over 110 million dollars. He used to be homeless, used to live out of his car, and to me, that is a huge example of no matter where you are today, you can make it big. So any excuses that you have where you say, oh, you know what, I don't have this, or I didn't go to college, or I don't have this, or I didn't grow up with this, or I'm not lucky like this. This guy was living out of his car for 3 years, and he made it. And the one thing that nobody maybe knows, so on his telephone, he has his little vision board. So he has a vision board on his telephone as the locked wallpaper icon, and it's just everything that he wants to do in life. How much money he wants to make, what he wants, family goals, everything is on the lock screen of his phone, so that when he needs to refocus in on what he wants, that's where he looks. So I thought that was really powerful. Pete Vargas was really good. Pete had a great story about being on stages, how he got into, Pete teaches a course on how to appear on stages, how to work on your story, and how to present your story in such a format that it's interesting to people. If you were to sit down and just tell your life story to somebody, if you don't tell it in the proper order, you tell it all jumbled, it's not going to really be interesting. It's going to be like, okay, great, thanks. Pete Vargas did an excellent job of kind of describing, and I think he talked for probably about an hour or so, but he talked about what his life was like, and basically, how himself has developed himself over the last 10 to 20 years, and become comfortable, made a business about being on stages and doing public speaking and showing other people how to be public speakers. So I thought that was really good. Tai Lopez, everybody's seen Tai Lopez on YouTube, here in my garage, right? And everybody has their different opinions on, but I'll tell you what, watching him at the Growth Conference, he was very down to earth. And I love the part, he just got on the computer and he was looking at different people's websites and says, hey, if you think you have a great business and you have a great website, show me, let's knock it down. Let's take a look at it. And it was really fun. It was really fun to look at these people's websites and just like these easy things that they could have fixed on their websites to bring in more people, to grab more attention. And they were just doing basic things. So, just know if you're looking to start a business, if you have a website and you think, oh man, my website's junk, or I can't afford to pay for a great website, there are people with businesses that are making lots of money that have a terrible website that they could be making more money. So just know that you don't need a great website to start off with. So those are my thoughts. I saw a YouTube video of a couple that flew, I think, from England or the United Kingdom, and their first day wasn't very good. They were in the top bleachers. They were complaining that they didn't have an opportunity to network. The sound was really bad the first day. Granted, there's a lot of echo. The Marlins Stadium in Miami, just so you guys know, it's an enclosed, it's a covered stadium where they can pull back the cover, but it's a big tin can, right? So the first day didn't go off as planned. There was a lot of echo. They did open it and kind of fix it midway, and then the second and third days, they threw up drapes or some curtains in the back to reduce the echo, and they kept the dome open. So I understood these things happen. It was kind of annoying at first, but I knew I was going to get the video afterwards, so it wasn't really such a big deal to me. But this couple, they were complaining about the echo, the seats high up. Just so you guys know, Marlins Park, the stadium, holds 35,000 people. Okay, it is a huge baseball stadium. So if you spend the money to fly from the UK, from England, and you spend, you know, $1,500, $2,000 to get over here, just know, don't buy the highest seats that you can possibly get. Don't buy the cheapest seats. Don't cheap out. If you're looking to go there and you're looking to network with other people, you don't want to spend the most little amount of money that you possibly can. Go all in. If you shouldn't be there if you're not going to spend good money to get good seats. I mean, we didn't spend a fortune to go there. I worked my whole week. My girlfriend worked her whole week. We drove to Miami for the weekend, and we drove right back, and it felt like we never had a break because we didn't. It was a conference was like 8 o'clock in the morning till maybe 6 o'clock at night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, you know, that was one thing I didn't agree with them on. Networking, it's all about your ability to network. So if you're going to that growth conference and you're trying to network with other people, if you don't think there's an opportunity to network, you're around 30,000 people. It's up to you to put yourself out there and network. I was standing in line for popcorn, and people were coming up to me and having a conversation with me and my girlfriend, passing us business cards, communicating with us. So I guess if you're in the upper part of the stadium, you are not going to have an opportunity to network if you don't want to. So other than that, you know, do you have to make your way out there if you don't live in Miami? Do you have to drive, fly? No, you know, there's a lot of content that you can get online. What I recommend, and the way I think about it, is that going somewhere where you can be around 30,000 like-minded people is excellent. That's the way I think. Not everything was for me. They talked about, you know, ClickFunnels. They talked about marketing. They talked about things I'm not ready for yet. But I think just being around so many people that have the same goal, the same objective as you, I think is really empowering. And I think that right there was worth the amount of money that we paid to go there for those 3 days. So no matter what field that you're in, if you're looking to become a better speaker, you want to go to Toastmasters and you want to be around other speakers. You know, you want to practice the things that you're good at, the things that you want to, or maybe even the things that you're not good at, and you want to move closer to those. So I definitely think that GrowthCon was definitely a great experience. I love being around all those people. And I think even if you're not in sales, because me personally, I'm not in sales, I'm in management, still, like, I try to open my mind to as many possible things as I can. And it's constantly a learning process. So that's my review of it. I liked it. I loved it. I'll probably go to the fourth one, and I'll probably go to any other, if I can get to another boot camp or something this year, I'll probably go for that as well. So let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions. If you guys have questions about management, if you're an entry-level manager, if you're thinking about going into management, if you are a mid-level manager, if you're a manager that's just trying to up their game and become a better manager, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave comments in the section below, and I'll try to answer any questions I possibly can. So thank you.